Hunters, we have a new feature, Driftsmelting. And first of all, whoever came up with that name, good job. Driftsmelting, you're smelting something while you drift around and like walk, like, good job. I wanted to do this video earlier, but I actually overslept this morning until 6 a.m. So let's read through this announcement really quick so you can get all the details, and then I'll show you in game. But in a nutshell, this is how decorations are gonna work in Monster Hunter Now. And I love this art. Like, you guys, Capcom, Niantic, you guys are doing a great job with the art. This smelting thing is giving me like DBZ Capsule Corp vibes. It looks really cool. But the announcement says, Hunters, today we're releasing a brand new feature to spice up your hunts. Are you ready to drift smelt? Driftsmelting lets you add skills at random to your armor. With this new feature, you can now upgrade your armor even further to help slay powerful monsters. Head to the Driftsmelting menu, that is clicking on your weapons, and then down in the bottom right, there's a little icon. Then select your armor and Driftstone to begin smelting. So each armor has a different requirement, like grade 6 or grade 8, before you are able to drift smelt that specific armor. For me, I use Zin a ton because of burst, because of dual blades, so I'm gonna use my Zinogre helm and drift smelt. You can have up to 9 drift smelting stones, and at first I didn't think they were actually in the game yet. If you're looking for the update in your store, you might need to go to the actual page, like search Monster Hunter Now, and then click on the page, because mine said open, and then if I click on the actual page of Monster Hunter Now, then it said update. So be aware of that. And then just like every update, make sure you click on your face and go to settings and scroll all the way down and download all assets, because it will make the game run faster for you. I know a lot of you guys have had like performance issues. But yeah, it took me like 5 or 6 monsters before I got any drop, and then after another 5 monsters or so, I still haven't gotten any other drift stones, so I only got that one so far, which is the Azure Driftstone. With the specific obtainable skills of Water Attack, Concentration, and Aggressive Dodger, which Aggressive Dodger is, any attack performed following a perfect evade has its damage increased by 20%, and then it goes all the way up to 60% at level 5. So that's pretty sick. But then you can also get a ton of other skills from it. It's not just those, it's just that those yellow skills you can only get from that colored driftstone, if that makes sense. But anyway, once it's done smelting, it's gonna turn into one of those skills, essentially, on your armor. And you can insta smelt with an item, or you can just click drift smelt. So I'm gonna click drift smelt, and now it's smelting. Pretty cool. But moving on with the announcement page, the drift smelting process will be complete after walking a certain distance. However, Insta-Smelt solution can be used to complete the process immediately. So that's gonna be the pay-to-win version of it, which, great. I don't mind walking. I love that there is now finally a reward in Monster Hunter Now for walking other than just like the Trekker medal. Each time drift smelting is performed, one skill will be added at random. Saying it again, from the list of possible skills for that specific driftstone, one skill will be added at random from that list to the armor that you select. A maximum of 10 skills imparted via drift smelting can be saved to each piece of armor. If you go over 10, you can choose any skill to remove and save a new one. You can then set one of these skills to a drift smelt slot to activate it during hunts. So you can have up to 10 drift smelt skills on one piece of armor, but you have to select only one of them to actually be used in a hunt. If there are multiple slots, you can set as many skills as there are slots. Skills that have already been set cannot be set in other slots. Drift stones are items used to perform drift smelting. They can be obtained as rewards for slaying large monsters, only after the drift smelting feature has been unlocked, of course. Different skills can be acquired via different types of drift stones. For details on the skill that can be granted, tap on the drift stone in the drift smelting menu. The type of drift stones available are the Crimson Drift Stone. You can get these from Rathalos, Azure Rathalos, and Anjanath. And the specific skills to the Crimson are Fire Attack, Heroics, Peak Performance, Rising Tide, and Windproof. The Azure Driftstone. You get these from Great Jagras, Gyarados, Radoban, Corpuke. I got mine from an 8-star Gyarados that I was monster tracking because I'm trying to build up those water dual blades, even though we got a Leviathan coming soon. But I still have water weak stuff to slay right now, so like. But I also got a Wyvern Gem Shard with that drop, so I got an Azure Driftstone and a Wyvern Gem Shard this morning. Skills specific to the Azure Driftstone are Water Attack, Concentration, Sleep Attack, Artful Dodger, and Tremor Resistance. The Ember Driftstone. You can get these from Tobikadachi, Zinogre, Great Gyros, Tzitziaku. The specific skills for the Ember are Thunder Attack, Burst, Paralysis Attack, Offensive Guard, and Divine Blessing. The Cyan Driftstone. These come from Legiana, Barioth, Puke, Rathian, and Pink Rathian, and they impart Ice Attack, Critical Eye, Poison Attack, Skyward Striker, and Guard. And the Pale Driftstone. These come from Kuliaku, Baroth, Paolumu, Banbaro, Diablos, Black Diablos, Odogaron, and Deviljho. And the specific skills are Weakness Exploit, Special Boost, Sneak Attack, Evade Extender, and Earplugs. And then underneath it lists the non-specific skills. So those skills that I read out can only be obtained from those specific Driftstones. But the following skills can be obtained from any Driftstones: Attack Boost, Defense Boost, Health Boost, Fortify, Guts, Firm Foothold, Last Stand, Fire Resistance, Water Resistance, Thunder Resistance, Ice Resistance, Poison Resistance, Paralysis Resistance, Sleep Resistance, and Bleeding Resistance. And Aggressive Dodger. I love being an aggressive dodger. That's what Dual Blades is about. Moving on with the announcement. Driftstones are eligible for double rewards via special carving knives. You can hold up to 9 Driftstones in your inventory. Using a special carving knife when you already have 8 Driftstones in your inventory will temporarily allow you to hold 10. And Driftstones can be deleted if there's one that you just don't want and you're hunting for a specific skill, so nice. I wonder if it's deleted or if you can sell them. Skill parameters. Skills added via Driftsmelting will receive one of the following types of parameters at random. The value of the parameter will also be at random, but each one has an upper limit. Parameters that will be added at random. Attack, for example, attack +1, defense, defense +1, affinity, affinity +1. So that's cool. I mean, this is good RNG in my opinion. I like things like this where it's like, yeah, it's RNG, but if you keep grinding, you'll get different drops and you'll get excited over time from like really rare drops. So as long as we all control ourselves and don't spend a bunch on like the Driftsmelting solution, then this is just great in my opinion. Driftstone start. Driftstone shards are obtained as a byproduct of Driftsmelting. Once you have enough Driftstone shards, you can exchange them for Drift Gems. Drift Gems and Driftstones impart different skills. Ooh. You can check the details in the skill exchange menu. You can navigate to your Driftstone shards by tapping on the bottom right icon of your Driftsmelting menu. Additional information: Driftsmelting will be available as soon as you upgrade to the latest version 76.2. So make sure that's the update that you're on, but it'll automatically tell you like, hey, Driftsmelting is here when you open it if you have this update. Driftsmelting will be unlocked after completing the pre-season story. The pre-season story refers to the period from the end of the prologue to chapter 13, Sunder of the Sky. So if you're new and you haven't beaten Rathalos in the story yet, you're not going to get Driftsmelting until you have beaten Rathalos in the story. The type of Driftstones available may change in the future.
Content is subject to change without notice.
Be sure to follow Hunter's Notes on social media. That's what it says. I have like a TikTok and an Instagram, but I just don't really use it. Just follow me on YouTube. Subscribe, yeah. Something I did want to mention before you ask, or if you're thinking about it, Driftstones cannot be added to weapons, only armor at this time. In the mainline games, you can add decorations to your weapons also, so maybe that's something in the future that they'll add, but for now, only armor. Are you serious? Dude, I'm playing so terrible this morning. Oh, and it looks like basically what happens is if you click on your Driftstone shards, then you'll earn enough Driftstone shards to exchange for a Driftstone gem, which is different than a Driftstone. The Driftstone gem in any of the colors only has those specific skills. So if you're hunting for one of the specific skills, then you're gonna want to Driftsmelt a ton, and either you'll get that skill randomly by the Driftstones, or once you get 100 Driftstone shards, you can switch it out for one of the specific Drift gems that you're looking for so that you can get one of the specific skills. Like say I really wanted Special Boost or Weakness Exploit, I can get a Pale Drift Gem, and I assume still get one of these skills at random, but it's a chance of 3 instead of a chance of like 20. I need to wake up. No, I don't want a Rathian plate, I want a Driftstone. And something else to note is you can't use the Driftsmelting solution on a Driftstone once it's started smelting. I tried to, like sometimes in games you can actually like speed up the process once it's like going, but it looks like you can only do it like before it's drift smelted. So if something's already smelting, you cannot like add the solution to it to speed it up. At least not that I saw. I could be wrong. So I just hunted a few more monsters to see if I could get a drop so I could show you guys. Since I bought those gems in the last video, I have a surplus, but no luck on the drops. And it's first thing in the morning and I have to go wake up my kids. So please like this video. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and I'm so thankful that we can share this new update together because this is sick. Anyway, until next time hunters, see you later.